My name's Lynda Ricciardone. I'm the Staten Island Borough Parks Commissioner. And I'd like to take this opportunity today to thank Councilmember Debi Rose and Deputy Borough President Ed Burke for joining us for this momentous occasion. It really is. Today's an exciting day as we cut the ribbon on the major renovations here at Terrace Playground. Little bit of history here. This park was acquired in 1951 by the city and became part of Parks. It was assigned jointly with the Board of Education, and some of you may know that it used to be called Clove Valley Playground to match the name of the school. For those of you who remember, back in 1996, Commissioner Stern, who was the commissioner of our agency at the time, actually was very particular about renaming properties, and he would look at features. And what he did was, when he looked at this park, it really made sense. He renamed it Terrace Park. And you realize it made sense because we are here in a beautiful park on Staten Island, but it is terraced off. The highest terrace being actually for the older kids coming down here to the basketball courts, and the lower level actually more focused for younger children. So as you see, they're actually separated by plantings, and it gives you kind of both a sense of activity, but also a sense of privacy. And of course, the culmination at the bottom is the school, PS 35. So what we did here was a reconstruction of the park. Was obviously these basketball courts, which was well overdue. I know the councilwoman would strongly agree with that. We heard it for a number of years. We repainted the handball wall, and we also resurfaced the play area on the lower level with new sports coating and synthetic turf. So now, with that said, I'd like to introduce a woman who needs no introduction and who we really want to thank from the bottom of our hearts for this. Councilmember Debi Rose.
This has been a project that has evolved, and so I want to acknowledge and thank Commissioner Ricciardone and Commissioner Mitchell Silva, who has really made a commitment to parks and equity in parks. And our borough president, who's represented here by Deputy Borough President Ed Burke, who he and I are having so much fun at these ribbon cuttings. And we have Kevin Moran, who's the borough superintendent for DOE. We have my colleague, Assemblyman Michael Cusick. We have Mr. Stan King, who is representing Trucks Basketball League, who really was the impetus behind us getting this part of the playground done. And then we have, yes, please acknowledge them. And this is one of our proudest investments. I don't have to tell you what this park looked like before, or maybe I do. There were cracks in the cement, and the whole basketball court was riddled with cracks. It was a really bad situation, which is why I allocated $1.1 million toward the full repair of these basketball courts. People of all ages should have a place to play. Active recreation isn't just good for your body, it's good for your mind and for your soul. And under these big, beautiful trees, it has to be really a wonderful experience. Playing sports just doesn't combat childhood obesity, but it helps to boost academic performance. It builds a positive mental attitude, and it builds a spirit of teamwork among our youth. So whether you're in the Trucks Basketball League, or you're a nearby resident, or a part of the school that we have the privilege of sharing this space with, I hope you and your children will enjoy this beautiful space for many years to come. And I am just excited. If you have to say anything about me, I am excited about this today. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Rose. I'm not sure if the Councilwoman mentioned, she's very excited about this project. And rightfully so. And we're very excited about this project. And the next person I'd like to introduce is definitely a friend of parks. He loves parks, he loves nature, he loves animals, and we absolutely, we're talking about the one and only, our Deputy Borough President, Ed Burke.
Thank you so much. Well, here we are at the foot of Foote Avenue. I'm here representing Borough President Giamato. He is so excited about research recently that has made a connection between aerobic exercise and learning. So isn't it perfect that we're here to cut the ribbon on a play area where students can get that aerobic exercise, all the social skills they learn in the playground, and that's going to help them academically as well in this great school behind us. So anyway, it's a great, great day, but I brought some jokes. Are you ready? I've got an audience of young people, so I'm going for it.
Here we go.
Why did the child cross the playground? To get to the other slide. In a playground, what's the best kind of music to listen to? Swing music. So, look, it's no joking matter to invest in our parks. Like Councilwoman Rose, I want to applaud the SCA, the Parks Department, Kevin Moran and his team. When you see a wonderful park like this, right next to a school, it says so much about what Staten Island is. We are the borough of parks. 25% of our land area is parkland or natural areas. And we're very proud of our schools. So Borough President Otto is very pleased to have contributed taxpayer-funded capital money to this project. He's very pleased that it's going to be benefiting the young people now and in the future, getting that aerobic exercise so they can learn better. And of course, we're really pleased to invest in our parks. Thank you to Commissioner Ricciardone and the whole parks team for making our parks more and more and more beautiful. Thank you.
All right.
We have Kevin Moran representing DOE. It's important because, you know, what we see here today is just absolutely representation of good government at work. You have many agencies, many levels of government. We brought it all together, and in a few years we were able to kind of just bring this all back to the community. So it's very important that we have those relationships with other agencies. We also have Michael Cusick, our assemblyman, who I'd like to give a shout out to. He would be second after Ed Burke of the nature lover and the. Yeah, you'll have to. It could be a tie. You know, he's not wearing a tie. Oh, he is wearing a tie. So we have Shannon Watkins here from Senator Savino's office. Give us a wave in the back. And we also have Lisa and Lynda here from Community Board 1. So give us a wave. Thank you so much. Have to say we couldn't do it without the Community Board 1. You're always, well, that's good. I've finished with that page, but always very supportive, always sending out email blasts and always just kind of carrying the message out. So just a few other folks from the School Construction Authority. President, some of you may be here and some of you may not. If you're here, please give us a little wave. President Lorraine Grillo, and from the design team, SCA Design Manager Ahmad Assad, SCA Design Project Manager Khalad Ulukani, and design consultant from AKRF Engineering PC. The project managers were Jenny Lee Cavucci and Courtney Welk. So from the construction team, we had the SCA construction management team. As you can see, there are a lot of folks that were really needed to pull this together. The chief project officer was Michael Ettingen, and the senior project officer Richard Dioria, and project officer Stephen Arthur. And we're going to get ice cream after this, apparently. And the contractor was Amcon Contracting Corporation, and the owner is Ashraf Ahmed. And just from the community relations, capital planning team, Karen Becker-Marr, who got a shout out earlier, Brian McGinn, Steve Gonzalez, and Fred Morley. Now, thank you very much. I'd like to, because these are the folks who are going to help keep this place nice. These are the folks who help keep your parks beautiful throughout all of Staten Island. And if you're here, please raise your hand. The first guy I'm going to mention, he doesn't need to raise his hand because he's the tallest one in the crowd. My chief of staff, Charles Fall. We have Deputy Chief of Operations, Frank Carcaterra here. Our chief of recreation, but really chief of everything fun in the borough, is Mary Callie. And then the parks manager for all the North Shore parks in Staten Island, Tony Arcamone. And although I'm not sure he's here, I saw Dave Weeks, the supervisor, standing up on the upper level. He's a humble man. And our PEP captain, Robin Wickert, and all of our staff that are here today. So without any further ado, we would like to cut the ribbon on these new basketball courts and new amenities. We're gonna start. 3, 2, 1. Cut.
Good job, guys. Wow!
Very nice. Oh, here we go, the big kid. Oh.
There we go. That's it. Stop now. Get tight.
There we go.